Hello everyone. You might see just a pile of rusty offcuts and rebar, but I'll turn them into a powerful custom-made metal bender that will save you time and money on future projects. I'll carefully measure and mark it because precision here will dictate how smooth our bending action is later. I'm going to cut this into two identical, smaller rectangles. Using my angle grinder, I'll cut along the marked lines. These will become the first set of pivot brackets for our tool. Next, I'll take one of those plates, mark the center near the edge, and drill a hole through it. This hole needs to be wide enough to accommodate the heavy-duty bolt we'll use as a pivot pin. Leave a comment and let me know which country you're watching from. It's great that we can connect and chat from all over the world. To allow for a full range of motion, I'm using a bearing as a template to mark a semicircle around the hole on each plate. Then, I'll use the angle grinder to carefully trim away the excess metal, giving us a rounded profile. This ensures the brackets won't bind against each other when the handle is pulled. I'll align the two brackets by running a long bolt through them. This temporarily holds them in perfect alignment. I'm placing them on a wooden block to act as a spacer. I'll use a flat steel bar as a shim to leave just a tiny gap before welding. This gap is crucial for necessary clearance. Time to weld. I'm tacking the brackets to the thick flat steel, making sure they stay perfectly perpendicular. A strong weld here is essential because this joint will endure a lot of stress during bending. Once welded, I'll use a chipping hammer and a wire brush to clean up the slag and inspect my welds. For the handle, I'm using a piece of heavy rebar. Rebar is incredibly strong and provides great leverage. I will mark and prepare one end to attach to our bracket assembly. I'm flattening the end slightly to create a better mating surface for the weld. I'll align the rebar with the back of the bracket assembly we just built and weld it solidly in place. This creates our main lever arm. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any interesting ideas coming soon. Now for the main base pivot points. I'm taking a piece of angled steel and marking a specific shape to cut. I need to create 2 L-shaped brackets, which will sit securely on the main base and hold the main shaft bolt. Just like before, I'll drill holes in these new L brackets. I'll align them together with another bolt to ensure the holes match up perfectly. This step guarantees that our main hinge will operate smoothly and without any crookedness. I'm using a large, heavy piece of square tubing for the main base. I'll position the L bracket assembly right in the center and weld it down securely. This base needs to be thick, so it can be clamped tightly in a vise without crushing. After welding, I'll clean off the slag to keep everything looking professional. Next, I'm working on the L-shaped metal plate with a hole, marking and cutting a groove into the edge. This piece will act as the pressing block that actually contacts the metal we want to bend. Now we can start assembling. I'm attaching the handle arm to the base brackets using our heavy-duty bolt. This forms the primary hinge of our metal bender. To protect the tool from rust and give a great finished look, I'm taking it all apart and giving everything a solid coat of black spray paint. Once the paint is dry, I'll reassemble the final tool. I'm making sure to tighten the bolts just right so the pivots have smooth action. Let's grab some flat steel strips and see what this machine can do. Now, I'll clamp the heavy base securely into my bench vise. I'll slide a steel strip in, adjust its position, and pull the handle. Look at that. It easily folds the thick metal into a perfect with minimal effort. You can create complex hinge brackets and much more. The leverage is incredible, and the bends are sharp and precise. I'm securing two bent pieces of metal together. I'm threading a round piece of metal into a hole and hammering it in. With the help of tools, I can make leaf hinges. This homemade tool is going to be incredibly useful. If you enjoyed this build and found it helpful, please give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and leave a comment below telling me what you would build with this bender. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome DIY tool projects. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.